Hey everyone, and welcome to lesson 23, new note octave key E. Alright, so we're just going to briefly clap the first line, do step one, and then we're going to go over the notes here just for review. Before we learn our new note D, I want to review a few things. Okay, here we go. Right here, clapping count with me. 1, tap your foot on the beat, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and off. Now, review these note names with me, okay? We're going to point at these notes and we're going to name them. So this is an E, right? We've learned all of these notes. This should be just review for you. So we have 1, 2, tap your toe, point, and name them. E. Here comes F. Rest, rest, rest. Here comes F again. Here comes G. Rest, 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 rest. Half note. E, F, G. Okay, so here's your first note, E, and then your second note, F. All right, let's review how to finger those real quick. So that first note right there is E, so it's octave key on. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2 on the right hand, okay? So that's your E. And then the next note is F. So all you have to do to get to F, it's very easy. You don't have to move anything except for this finger right here, your second finger. So when you lift that up, it becomes F. See how easy that is? And then when you press your second finger back down, you're at E again. And here's F. Press your second finger down, you're back at E again. Do this with me, ready? E, finger E. F. E. F. Notice how our left hand is not moving at all. E. F. E. F. Okay, and then the next two notes, see here is F and then G. So we have F to G that we learned in a previous lesson. So to get F again, what is it? Roll on with our thumb. Push down our first, second, and third fingers on our left hand. Of course, we are leaving this small pearl open, okay? No fingers on that pearl yet. All right, so to get F, remember, is thumb on. 1, 2, 3. And then 1 on our right hand. Okay, so we have F, and then our next note, remember, is G on the page, on that first line that I just showed you. So it's very easy to get to G. All you have to do is lift up your first finger. Now you're at G. Okay, so if you want to get back to F, all you have to do is put down your first finger again. So that's F, and then G. Okay, do this with me. Ready? Finger your F. Now finger your G. Now finger your F. Now finger your G. Now finger your F. Now your G. Okay, and then the last set of notes on the first line here is E, F, G. Okay, E, F, G. So the way that you finger that, of course, we roll our thumb on. the octave key, and then we have 1, 2, 3 down, and then 1 and 2 on our right hand down for E. Okay, so now we're on E. Do this with me on your own. Okay, so finger your E. Okay, now I want you to lift up your E finger, and now you're at F. Now I want you to lift up your F finger. Now you're at G. Notice how left hand didn't move at all. Okay, so I want you to go back down now. Put down your F finger. Now put down your E finger. So we're on E. Do this with me. E, F, G. E, F, G. Do it again. E, F, G. So we're going to finger and name this line now. Remember, step number 3. We're going to finger, and they're going to say the note name and tap our toe on the beat, okay? So here we are, first line. I want you to finger and name this line with me at the same time. And if it's difficult, remember, always feel free to pause and then rewind and redo the fingering and naming or any of the steps. All right, so here we are. Finger and name this line with me. Okay, here is E, our first note. Thumb on. 1, 2, 3 on our left hand. 1, 2 on our right hand. Okay, so here we go. Beginning of that line. First line, lesson 23. 1, 2, ready, say the note name. E, F, rest, 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 rest. F, G, rest, 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 rest. E, F, G. Okay, the last two measures right here turned into a half note, didn't it? So it may have gone a little fast for you here. All right, so we have E, F, G. Finger name this part with me again, starting on this E. Just the last part, starting on E. Ready? It's a half note, gets 2 beats, 2 foot taps. 1, 2, ready, go. E, F, G. And anytime you have trouble following me, remember, always pause, rewind it, and replay the video and redo it 2, 3, 4, 5 times. We're on step number 4. So we're going to play that first line, and we're going to count those numbers in our head while we are playing the first line. And of course, we always tap our foot on the beat. Okay, here we go. So first line right here, we are playing it. We've already fingered and named it, and pointed and named it, and clapped and said the numbers. We're ready to play it, and follow along with me as I play it. Feel free to play it with me if you feel real comfortable, or you can listen to me play it and then pause your video and then you try it. Ready? And 1, 2, ready. On this line, we have our new note, D. Here's our new note. D is here. Okay, you see above the note, I have new note D. So this one is on the 4th line, right? The first line, 2nd line, 3rd line. Here's the 4th line. And then going back to the beginning, here's our F again that we've already reviewed. That is on the 5th line. So F is on the 5th line. D is on the 4th line. Okay, and then the note in the middle here is on the fourth space. We have 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, fourth space. So 5th line, 4th space, and then 4th line. All right, so let's clap and count this line starting at measure 9. 1, 2, clap it with me. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Off. Now we're going to do step 2. We're going to point at the note and we're going to name the notes. Okay, here we are. First note is an F. So we have F, E, D, and then a whole rest, and then D, E, F. Okay, let's do this together. 1, tap your foot and name the note. F, E, D, rest, 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 rest. D, E, F, off. So look at this new note D. Okay, find this note right here. It's on the second line. Here's measure 9. Here's measure 10. Here's measure 11. So the new note D occurs for the first time in measure 11, and it's on the 4th line. Okay, so watch how we finger that new note D. All right, so it's octave key is on. Remember, 75% of our thumb should be on the thumb rest, and then only 25% should be on this actual key, metal key. So we're gonna roll that on, just like that, and then we're gonna push down 1, we're gonna skip the small key, and we're gonna push down 2, 3 on our left hand, and we're gonna push down 1, 2, 3 on our right hand, and that is our new note D. Okay, we'll show you one more time. So roll this on, octave key on, push down 1, 2, 3, and then our right hand we push down 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's new note D. So let's finger and name this line that contains our new note D. So we're going to finger and name it. We're going to start here on F, and then we're going to go to E, and then we're going to go to D. Okay? In fact, we're just going to do those 3 notes for right now. So let's finger the first note on that line, F. So our octave key is on. 1, 2, 3 is down, and 1 is down. So here is F, the first note at measure 9 on the second line, and then the next note is E, and then the next note is D. Okay, so do that with me. So finger your F, now finger your E, now finger your D. Now go back to E. Now go back to F. Now go back to E. Now go back to D. Hope you're doing this with me. You're on D, E, F. E, D, E, F, E, D. Notice how my left hand didn't change. My thumb stayed down, my first finger stayed down, my second finger stayed down, and my third finger stayed down. The whole time, they didn't move. So my right hand moved. Now let's go ahead and finger and name the entire line while we tap our toe on the beat. So we're gonna go ahead and do this entire line, fingering and naming it on our saxophone. So we're starting right here in measure 9 on F. Ready? Starting on F, get your F fingers down, octave key on. 1, 2, 3, 1. There's our F. Ready? Tap your toe on the beat and go. F. Next is E. Next is our new note, D. Rest, rest, rest. Our new note again, D. Next is E. Next note is F. And remember, always pause if you need to and rewind it and rewatch it. Okay, so we are now going to play it. So we're here in measure 9, and we're going to do step 4. We're going to play this line while counting in our head and tapping our foot on the beat. Okay, so here we go. Play along with me, or if you want to listen to me first, and then you can pause your video and then you can try it. Or you can listen to me, pause your video, rewind it, and then play along with me. All right, here we go. And got my F fingers down. 1, 2, ready, and go. All right, let's play it one more time. Let's try it together. Ready? Here we are at measure 9, starting on your F. And 1, 2, ready? So now I'm going to play that same line, measure 9, the second line on lesson 23. I'm going to play that on tenor saxophone now. So if you're a tenor saxophone player, then watch this. Or if you're an alto player and you're interested in tenor saxophone, then you feel free to watch it as well. You might learn something. All right, ready? Here we go. I got my F octave key down, and then 1, 2, 3, and 1 on my right hand. Why? Because measure 9 starts on F, and that's how you finger F. Here we go. Starting at 9, I'm going to play the whole line. Tapping my foot, 2, 3. So here we are on line 3. This is measure 16. Okay, so we have half notes on this line instead of whole notes. So the previous 2 lines, each note got 4 beats. Now in this line, we're back to half notes. So each note gets 2 beats, 2 beats, 2 beats, 2 beats. And then we have a whole rest, which of course gets 4 beats of rest. So we're going to clap and count this line right here with me. Clap and count and tap your toe on the beat. 1, 2, starting right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Off. Now we're going to do step 2, which is point at the note, and we're going to say the note name as we point at the note. Ready? Starting here on E, and I want you to say these note names with me. And tap your toe on the beat. Ready? Tap your foot. 1, 2, Ready and go. And E, D, E, D. Rest, rest, rest. Here comes D, D, E, D, E, C. 2, 3, 4, off. So now we're going to finger and name here at measure 16. We're going to finger these notes on our saxophones, okay? So the first note, of course, is E that we just fingered and named or pointed at and named. So the first note is E, second note is D, okay? So let's take this line and we're going to finger and name it together. Ready? So your first note, measure 16 on the third line is E. So we have to get prepared, push our octave key down. And then 1, 2, 3, skipping the small pearl key. And then 1 on our right hand and 2 on our right hand. That's E. Okay, so measure 16, third line. 1, 2, finger, name the note with me, go. E, D, E, D, rest, rest. Next note, D, D, E, D, E, C. 2, 3, 4, off. Always remember to rewind it and rewatch it. So now we're going to do step number 4, which we're going to play while counting in our head and tapping our foot on the beat as always. So measure 16, going to play this line here. If you feel confident, then go ahead and play it along with me. And if you don't feel confident, then watch me play it. Listen to me play it. Follow along on your music as you watch me play it. And then pause it, and then you play it. Or you can rewind it and then play it again, play me playing it again, and then you play along with me. Okay, so here we go. Measure 16. So I've got my octave key on. 1, 2, 3 on my left hand. 1, 2 on my right hand. Third line, measure 16. Playing it. And 1, 2, ready. Okay, tenor players, now I'm going to play that line on tenor. Okay, so line number 3 on our lesson 23 here. So line number 3, starting at measure 16, just like I did for alto saxophones, I'm going to do the same for tenor saxophones. Okay, starting right there. So tenor saxophones, follow along with me here. Ready? So I've got my octave key on. 1, 2, 3. Remember, I'm avoiding this small pearl key. And then I have 1 on my right hand and 2 on my right hand. Okay, measure 16. First note is E. And 1, 2, ready? And in measure 22 now, we are on the 4th line of our lesson 23. So measure 22, we're going to clap and say the numbers and tap our foot on the beat. Ready? 1, 2, ready with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. off. And notice right here now, this is a half rest. Okay, so a half rest is just like a half note in that it gets 2 beats, but it gets the half rest gets 2 beats of silence, right? That's why it's in parentheses. And it looks like a hat. As you can see, it's coming up off the line. It's kind of sitting on top of the line there. Looks like a hat. So just remember half rest, hat rest. Looks like a hat. And this is a half note, gets 2 beats. A half rest gets 2 beats. All right, so now we're going to do our step 2. We're going to point at these half notes and half rests, and we are going to say the note names. So your first note is G. Ready? Say these with me. Point at your own music or your screen. Ready? And 1, 2. Say the note names. Go. G, F, E, rest, rest, F, E, D, rest, rest, E, D, C, 2, 3, 4, and off. So remember, always feel free to pause and rewatch this line. Rewatch me fingering in or pointing and naming the notes on this line. So we're going to do step 3 on the last line. On last line starting at measure 22, we're going to do step 3, which of course is finger the note on the saxophone. We're going to say the note name out loud, and we're going to tap our foot on the beat. Starting right here on letter G. Okay, this is a G, this is an F, this is an E. All right, so I want you to finger and name these notes with me all the way across the line. Ready? So go ahead at measure 22 on your G. We got to get your octave key on. We need to get the first finger down. We need to skip the small pearl and get our second finger down, and we'll get our third finger down. And that, of course, is G, right? And then the next note on in measure 22 is an F. So we just push our first finger down for F. And then our next note is E. So we push our second finger down for E. Okay? And then we have a half rest. We have a half rest. And then the next note after the half rest right here is an F. And then we have E. And then we have D. Okay? So those 3 notes, of course, are going to be fingered. Octave key, 1, 2, 3. F, first finger. E, D. And then the next 3 notes on that last line, starting here, is E, D, C. So those 3 notes are going to be fingered. Octave key on. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2 for E. So we have E, and then D, which is our new note in this lesson, and then C. Okay, do that last 3 notes. Do the last 3 notes one more time. So starting on E, and then D, and then C. Okay, let's do this again. So E, D, C, E, D, C. So now we're going to do step 3 all the way across that line. Okay, so we're going to finger and name this entire last line, starting on G. Ready? Got your G fingers down. And 1, 2, fingers say the note name. G, F, E, half rest. F, E, D, half rest. E, D, C. Okay, so let's do that one more time. I want to do that one more time together. Ready? So octave key on, and 1, 2, 3, which is our first note of that line at measure 22. So we're going to do that same thing that we just did all over again. Ready? 1, 2, ready, on G, G, F, E, rest, rest, F, E, D, rest, rest, E, D, C, and off. So now I'm going to go ahead and play it, and I want you to follow along, or you can feel free to play along with me, depending on how confident you feel. All right, so here we go. I'm going to go ahead and do step 4. I'm going to be counting the numbers in my head as I play. Ready? And 1, 2, starting on G. Ready? So alto saxophones, if you had trouble playing that, go, pause it and go back and rewatch me playing it, and then go ahead and play it with me on the recording, okay? So I only played it one time, the last line, but remember that you can always pause and rewatch it as many times as you would like. Now, tenor players, I'm gonna play this for you. All right, so we're at measure 22. I just played it for altos. So here's measure 22. Okay? And I'm going to play this for tenor saxophones. And also, soprano saxophone is in the same key. So if you're playing soprano saxophone, you can play along with me whenever I play something on tenor. And if you are a baritone saxophone player or a bari sax player, you can always play along with me when I'm playing things on alto because you're in the same key. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to play this for the tenor saxophones or the soprano saxophones. Here's measure 22. And 1, 2, 30.